My name is Charlie Ross. I am the Director of Donor Relations at United Way of Forsyth County. United Way impacts Forsyth County by utilizing partners within our network and leveraging those relationships in order to gain access to certain features, transportation, food, career training, development, those type of items. And we just try to utilize the network as a whole to bring benefits to people who wouldn't usually have access to those benefits. United Way has been a unique journey for me. I started off 3 years ago roughly, and I had no clue what nonprofit was. I grew up in Clemens, North Carolina, so I'm wasn't too familiar with a lot of what was going on in Forsyth County, to be completely honest. And so this journey has been transformative for me. It's opened my eyes to a lot of different issues that exist in Forsyth County, and it's definitely time we take care of those issues, and the only way to do that is to get in front of these corporations, these people that want to help us, give them the education they need, give them the knowledge to be aware of what's going on, and then just try to give them the resources they can to fight the issues. We have a fair amount of big pressing needs in the county, but kind of the top three, if you will, affordable housing is one. That's one that we tend to always struggle with. Our childhood education is a big one. We always want to create affordable living situations as far as neighborhood equity. So we want all neighborhoods to have access to the same food resources, transportation, and at this moment, that is just not the case. So, our CEO, Dr. Richburg, has set a very bold goal for 3,500 families moved out of poverty by 2035. And it's a large goal, but at the same time, we can break that down year by year, aim for 350 a year over the 10-year time period, and then just take it step by step and try to get to that goal. The largest surprise for me was childhood education. So I have an 8-year-old daughter at home, and I was not the greatest scholar kid growing up. I was an athlete, so it's definitely important to me that my child has an education, and of course I would want the same thing for anybody else's kid. So when I heard the statistic about 39% of third graders passing the end-of-year reading test, it was startling because that's one of the metrics they use to determine high school graduation. So if these kids can't read by the end of third grade, and we are sending them on to 4th, 5th, and 6th, and eventually high school, then that's part of the reason why we're not getting kids through at high school at the end of it. So we need to tighten that down, get that score up, and get these kids reading every day. I too am on a journey with my daughter. I was never a good reader. I still am not a good reader. We read out loud every night just as a way of hearing myself so I can talk better and be more fluid with my speech and not mumble through my words like I tend to do. And so I have kind of in a lot of ways taken that education on at the same time as she has and tried to strengthen myself, which is what I would ask everybody else to do. Find your weakness, strengthen it, and do something for somebody else. I would definitely reach out and, encourage them to learn a little bit. Step outside your comfort zone, get outside your bubble a little bit. The pandemic created a situation where a lot of individuals and families as a whole haven't completely closed off, but they've definitely closed the doors to the concept or idea of outward reaching. A lot of what we look for now is inward reaching, unfortunately. So we want to try and change that perspective and get people to kind of open their eyes and realize that some of what we fight in Forsyth County is systemic, and the only way to get it changed is to work collectively as a group and really knock down the doors that need to be knocked down and change it for good.